Good morning, students. Welcome you all as usual in my class of English. Student, this week we are learning an interesting story that is very similar to school going students like the ages of you, and that is homesickness. I am sure you enjoy this story as the first part of the story. I already introduced you in the first video session, and this is the next part of the story, and let us see what is happening as the writer Roald Dahl is narrating his own biography, how he used to feel during his school days. That was homesickness, feeling of homesickness. And very naturally he is describing, you must be feeling that something like that happens in almost all of you whenever you feel not to go to school, when you don't like to attend school. How do you really make some plan, some tricks? So let us see. Here, this is also an interesting story. And in the beginning, first part, I have already told you that the narrator was in the school, in the hostel. He was studying in a boarding school, St. Peter's, and it was here during the unit exam, and he wanted to go back home. He had just one way, one base, that he had to pretend something, and that he thought to pretend that he was a sufferer of appendix. Appendix is the part in our just stomach, lower part of our stomach, and when there is infection in appendix, that is to be removed. There is just only one solution of that, and he had seen the situation, what happened to his sister. His sister too passed through that situation, and the operation was conducted. In the beginning, he had seen what were the symptoms his sister felt. She has stopped eating, and there was fever to her. She felt all the time acute pain in the lower part of her body, lower part of her stomach. And so here, let us see, that is here part 2 of the same story by Roald Dahl, and we will continue from that part, as he made that one as the background, and he knew that only pretending a sufferer of appendix could only give him success to go back home. So let us see, as I have already told you. So he remembers that the next day when the operation was conducted to his sister, he remembers after the operation that next day they were allowed, the other family members were allowed to inspect the appendix in a glass of water that was kept. The part of organ, appendix, that was removed from his sister's stomach was kept in a bottle so that people could see what was that appendix, what had happened to it, and it was removed. It was a longish black wormy looking thing. Worm, you know what is worm? Here, long finger like here. And it was a longish black wormy looking thing kept in the bottle, in a transparent bottle, so that anyone could see easily. He asked his Nani, the narrator, the speaker of this story, asked his Nani. You know who is Nani? You are calling to your granny, grandmother. If he had also one inside his stomach. He was curious. When he saw that longish wormy hair thing in that bottle, he was no doubt very eager to know if that kind of thing was found in everyone's stomach. So he asked the same question to his Nani. His Nani answered that everyone had one like that. All the persons had like that. The speaker asked her again for what it was. What was the reason? What was the work of that organ? Okay. And Nani answered in her usual way, as she used to give the answer. When she didn't know the perfect answer of any question, she used to tell that God works in his mysterious ways. So everything cannot be explained. God only knows what is the work of that, what is the function of that. She just told in her usual way as she answered most of it to narrator. And he knew that that was the way when his Nani didn't know the perfect answer of any question. She used to tell like that, God works in his mysterious ways. The speaker compares his Nani's wisdom to Solomon. He loved his Nani very much, and he thought that his Nani was very wise, very just intelligent. So he is comparing his Nani's wisdom to King Solomon. Solomon, you know, he was a very famous ruler, very wise king. He is known for wisdom only in the history. She used to tell that when a bristle came out, bristle means here just a brush, bristle came out means tooth, the tooth that is in the brush only, that washes and removes our dirt and particles from our tooth, that is a bristle. When a bristle came out of toothbrush and it was swallowed by someone, it turned rotten in appendix. She explained only in her own ways. She told the speaker, blaming that German spies used to send, it is a wrong, spend that will be sent, used to send box loads of loose bristled toothbrushes into their shops, and in that way millions of soldiers got appendicitis. She complained that Germans used to do so. Anyway, the speaker decided to pretend to be a sufferer of appendix. He decided that he would pretend, he would act that he was suffering from acute pain in the appendix. He went upstairs and knocked the door of matron. She allowed him to come in her room, and asked what was the matter with him, what was the problem with him. He complained, the speaker complained, the boy complained that he had an acute pain in the right hand side of his stomach. She told that he might have overeaten cake or something. He denied. He told that no, he had not eaten anything like such. He had not eaten anything for several days. She ordered him to lay on the bed so that she could check him. Then she prodded his tummy with her fingers. She just prodded means poked with the fingers like this here. Taking the fingers like that, she poked in the stomach. When she hit the appendix place, means the part where appendix is here found in the body, at that part, he made painful sound. Wow, ow, like he was really extremely pained, and requested her not to touch anymore that part. The speaker acted in his best natural way to make the matron feel that he had severe pain in his appendix. She asked him to be there. She told him to be there like that, and went out and came with the doctor. There is a doctor in the hostel as well, in the school, so that he could check. He also did the same and measured his temperature with the help of thermometer. He again screamed. He shouted with pain when the doctor touched the appendix part. He repeated the same kind of drama as he had done while the matron was checking his stomach. Again, when doctor touched the same part of your appendix, lower part of the stomach where the appendix is found inside, he again just made the same sound. Okay. They went out to discuss the situation. And after half an hour, the matron returned and informed the speaker, told the speaker that the headmaster had telephoned his mother to take him home that afternoon. Yeah, she informed that her mother was informed by the headmaster through telephone, and she was likely to come to take him back home. He lay there pretending that he was ill. He was still lying there only, so that she could feel, the doctor could feel, and even the matron could feel that he was indeed suffering and he had pain. But happy inside, he was pretending that he was very serious, but he was happy from inside as he got success in his plan. He was very happy. In fact, he was singing song from inside just because he was going back home. This is what called homesickness, that he was really just quite happy to go back home. So in this way, you have seen here his drama, his action. He was in school, he was a young boy, and he no doubt trapped even the matron and the doctor both, and they felt that the boy was suffering from real pain, and that's why they informed the headmaster, and headmaster telephoned his mother to take him back home. We will see what happened next when he went back to his home. That part I will discuss in the next and last part of the video session. So till then, this much, and I will explain you this part of the chapter of the story in the online class, in the class. So till then, I wish you just all the best. Thank you, students. Thank you. I hope that you must have enjoyed this part. Thank you.